If you're running Google Ads and you haven't been checking your settings lately, you could be losing hundreds, even thousands of dollars every single month. So in this video, I'll be breaking down the hidden settings that's silently draining your budget. And most of my clients' accounts that I've audited over the past few weeks had these settings on, not even realizing it. So I want to show you where they are so you can finally stop wasting money and start getting real results. Number one. Now, location targeting is probably one of the major settings that you should have dialed in correctly at the beginning of the campaign setup. And I've had numerous of client accounts where I've audited, where I've seen that they have the wrong settings checked on their location targeting. And what that does is it allows your ads to show up in other areas outside of the location targeting. For example, if you're wanting to target, New York, New York, and when I look into the where my ads are shown settings inside of Google Ads, it shows that you're showing up outside of just the state alone. You're showing up in neighboring states, other cities outside of where you can service, even other countries is crazy. So I want to jump into my account and show you that setting and where you can check it off to where you know that you're showing up, where you're showing your ads in the right area. So as you can see here, we're inside of my account. If you just have your campaigns already set up, you can hit this settings gear right here and then go to location, and right down here where you see location options, you have these two options here. Now what I recommend is make sure you have this checked to presence, people in, or regularly in your included locations. But if you have it set to this means that you're giving Google free range to show it up, to show your ads to people that are just even thinking about your services, whether in the country, the state, or anywhere in the world. Your ad can show up for them just typing in that keyword that you're targeting. But just having it in presence, you just solidify that you only want your ad to show up in a specific city or zip code area. Then your ad will definitely show up for the right people and the keywords that you're looking to target. This will save you hundreds of dollars. I've even got a screenshot right here of like a client that I audited, and you can see that majority of their clicks were going to some places out of the country, wasting hundreds of dollars. And once we was able to switch this over to the right location targeting settings, was able to dial it in and get the results that they really were looking for, especially when running ads on Google. Number two. When it comes to keyword match type, you want to make sure that you're using the correct match type, because the more broad you are, the more money you're going to spend, the more irrelevant searches that your ads are going to be showing up for. I highly recommend that you start with either phrase match or exact match keyword match types. And when I'm auditing an account, I see sometimes, depending on how they start the campaigns, especially if they're using smart bidding, that they check on the broad match type setting to where all of the keywords inside the account is broad match, meaning you're about to waste tons of money. Even if it will work if you do have like some negative keywords in there or an extensive negative keyword list, but 9 times out of 10, the clients that I audit, or the accounts that I audit, they don't have an extensive negative keyword list or even negative keywords at all. Let me show you this setting here so that we know that your keywords are good and Google's not going to switch all of your keywords to broad match. We're going to click on the gear icon here, and then at the bottom where you see broad match keywords, you want to make sure that this is checked off. Usually, like I said, 9 times out of 10, if you're starting the campaign with smart bidding, this will not be grayed out like it is now, but you definitely want to make sure you have this checked off so you're not wasting tons of money on broad terms and your ads won't be showing up for those irrelevant terms that people are searching for. Any and everything that people will be searching for that's around the keywords that you have targeted, instead of the actual phrases that you know are high intent, and that if someone searches for that keyword, they're looking for your services and more than likely will convert into a sale or a lead. Number three. You definitely want to start your campaigns out with a good list of negative keywords. This makes sure that you don't waste any budget or any clicks on irrelevant searches outside of what you're looking to target. So this isn't an initial setting that you should have checked on or checked off. It's more so something that you should implement inside the account before you even run it. So this is just, I guess you'll say, a bonus. So now let's hop into my account here and show you where exactly you can implement these negative keywords. So if you click on the account here and you go to keywords and then negative keywords here at the top, and you can start to add in some negative keywords. And some good negative keywords to start out with is mainly keywords like cheap, how to, and then question type keywords like what, when, where, and how. And the reason is because those are more top of funnel research type of keywords where people are just researching, trying to figure out what type of service that they're looking for. So they're not really problem aware. So they're mainly just problem unknown. So they're looking for the research. They're looking for the problem, but they don't know that the solution is your product or service. And what I highly recommend when you're starting out, I know I have them set to broad match, but when you're adding in negative keywords, I definitely recommend that you add them in at the phrase match type. This allows this keyword to show up whenever someone searches how, no matter whether it's at the front or the end of the sentence. I know it sounds weird, but it will definitely negate that your ad from showing for that keyword. And usually if you have tons of competition in your area, you want to go in and go to Google Maps and add in all those other competitors' names as negative keywords, so you won't show up when people are searching for their business and then you start getting calls and leads and they're looking for the other business name. Trust me, it happens. People, they don't really read the ads. They just search for John's Plumbing, and then whatever the first ad is, they click it and they answer the phone and say, "Hey, is this John's Plumbing?" And there's like, "No, this is Aaron and Sons or whatever." So you definitely want to make sure you add all your competitors as a negative inside your negative keywords so you can save on those clicks and also any other irrelevant terms that pop up when you're running ads. Like I said, this is just a quick bonus. This next tip will be a setting that you should definitely check off. Number 4. Now, one of the top things you should always make sure you have accurate and set up to a T is conversion tracking. Conversion tracking allows you to track leads from forums, calls, when people click the call button or just go to your website and call you from those phone numbers. That's allowing you to make sure that your ads are showing up to the right people and those people are actually converting. And you won't know if you don't have conversion tracking set up. Trust me, you don't want to just run ads without conversion tracking. So if you do have conversion tracking set up correctly, there's a setting here that will save you tons of money if you have it set up correctly. And I'm going to show you what that looks like so that you're tracking correctly and not wasting your budget on conversion tracking. So let's hop into this account here. I'm already inside the campaign level. So to just check for conversions, you want to go to goals here and it'll automatically go to summary. And let's check this lead form here. So you want to click into that conversion and go to edit settings. And now the main thing that I would say you want to have checked, or you want to check to make sure this setting is set up correctly, is this count setting. And so what this does is it allows you to track whether it's the same person or a different person that's completing the action. In this case, this is a form submission, a conversion action. You don't want to keep tracking for the same person that's keep putting in the same form submission every time. So if you have this checked to 1, this will allow you to only track or set up a conversion when that one person converts that one time, and it won't be a repeat lead, sort of say. And if they do come back to the site and they convert again, they won't be tracked as a conversion. But if you are tracking, let's say, for purchases, you want to set this to every, because every purchase is different and that person can come back and purchase again and again and again, and you want to track for that. When it comes to calls, you want to set to 1, because if they call again, they set up an appointment, they hang up, and then they want to call back and just to confirm, or they want to reschedule a service, they call back again. That could get tracked as a conversion when it's really not a good lead or something to track for. So you want to set it to 1 when it's a call. So this allows you to train the algorithm on what type of leads you want to get, and it also helps you be able to track accurately on the rate at which a lead comes in. Not repeat leads, but new unique lead.
Number 5.
Google loves to give their feedback and recommendations on what you should be doing inside an account. And their recommendations are very poor, so to say. The majority of the recommendations are just geared to put more money in Google's pocket, let alone put more money in your business's account. So this setting that I want to show you now is basically, it's called auto recommendations, which allows Google to automatically implement those recommendations, whether they're good or bad. And having this checked off will surely save you tons of money when you're running a campaign or just several accounts inside of Google Ads. So let's hop into my computer and show you that real quick. So right now I'm inside of my account. You go to recommendations at the top here and click auto recommendations or auto apply. And then from here you can see these drop downs, and all these drop downs have settings that you can check on as auto recommendations, and majority of these are just nothing I would have checked on, like removing certain keywords or adding new keywords that you don't even know if it's relevant or not, adding broad match keywords, the display network inside of like your search campaigns, and then just changing your bid strategies based on whether or not you're getting conversions or not. They're just going to switch it over to maximize conversions or target CPA. You don't want that to happen if you don't have the right amount of conversion data. And having this auto recommendation settings checked on will hurt your account and waste you tons of money. So you want to come into here and just make sure you have all these checked off.
Number 6.
Having your ads show up in the right network settings is one of the key elements to making sure that your ads are showing up at the right place and right time. And sometimes when you're setting up new campaigns inside of Google Ads, your ad sometimes defaults to those network settings that are super irrelevant to your product or service. And I want to show you that the settings that you should have checked off to save you some money and not waste any clicks or budget on showing up in these networks. So let's hop into it in here. This campaign, if we jump inside this campaign here, we go to the gear icon, and then we have the networks settings right here. And you can see we have search network and the display network. Now the search network, it does show up in some good irrelevant placements inside of just Google Ads or in search in general. But I have had times where I had a client call me and say, hey, the leads are just terrible. Like, they were good last month, and now this month it seems like they're just spam calls or just people that don't even know what they want. And after looking at the account, I saw that like 50% of the spend that month was going towards the search network, and that's called Google Search Partners Network as well. And that really screwed up performance that month. And after checking it off, the next month everything was fine. The leads were high quality and everything was back to normal. And so it's kind of like a hit and miss when it comes to the search networks right here, or the Search Partners Network. And you can start your campaign off with this checked on, and after 30 days or more, you can look at the data and see if Search Partners is actually a good fit or not. If not, just check it off. It's not going to waste that much money if you start at a low budget. But for this client's order, say they were spending close to upwards of $10,000 a month, and 50% of that traffic was going towards search partners. So I hurried up and checked it off. When it comes to the display network, no, don't have this checked on. Check it off. This shows your ads, your search ads on the display network, and your search ads aren't meant to be shown on display networks or just on blog sites in general. It's like your search ads here, and then it's a blog, and your search ad is floating up somewhere up there. We don't want that. And so to have your ads show up in the right place at the right time so that you can get the qualified lead or sale that you're looking to get while running Google Ads, you want to make sure you have this checked off, search partners and the display network. Now, making sure these settings are checked off will definitely save you tons of money when running campaigns inside of Google Ads. But there are some additional things that you should know before even launching your campaigns. And in this video right here, I'll go over some of my honest advice and mistakes that people make before even running Google Ads that will help you be super successful from the start. I'll see you there.